Welcome to TradeTheMBI.com. This is John. This report is for the 18th. Not a surprise. We talked about the weakness with the MBI white leading and that the magenta would likely fail. It did, and we would come back down to the ABM green at 42 level if we broke that. And sure enough, that's exactly what happened. Actually, it was a little bit higher. The low was at 46 versus the 43. Missed it by 3 for now. But you can see huge drop off in shorts, so they were pretty much satisfied with that. We got a strong DOC crossover, but you can see short-term buyers peaking up and our orange dipping a little bit. That should provide some support, but shakeout clearly has moved to the negative, so we may see some positivity out of it, but it's going to be a little back and forth going forward there. I think that's all pretty consistent with what the reading expectations were. NASDAQ a bit stronger. You can see we never got that crossover of magenta below yellow, and that's going to be enough to support that. You can see it's been much stronger than the S&P from its standpoint and maintaining pretty high level relative to that 100% to 76. So all things being equal, yes, there was a little bit of weakness, but nothing unexpected. Right within the ranges we were looking for. Looking at the Treasury situation, of course, yield coming back up as the hopes of the Fed moving back to zero rates kind of fading a bit going forward, and oil popping up just a bit off of that, and that clearly is a reflection of some of what's going on in the Middle East. We've got rising tensions now between Iran, Pakistan. It's becoming a hotbed outside of what we consider our normal everyday existence. If you're not paying attention to it, this is where it gets reflected. And if this starts to escalate, that really puts a monkey wrench in all of the Fed talk about going to zero, even though they've had to do it for liquidity purposes. It's still going to be tough to execute that if inflation starts to ramp up, unless they just give up on their Fed target. So from a euro standpoint, of course, it's still way elevated, but a little bit of a fade back. They did a good job pumping it. And this is typically what happens. They do these nice little pump runs, and then it all fades back once they stop their injection. And you know who I'm referring to when I say there. Gold taking a dive on that, which is interesting given the fact that the tensions in oil. Usually, you would see gold make a move, but it's been in short mode for quite some time here with that MBI weight lead. So, not a shock to see that. It's just strange given the world condition situation. Of course, that's a suggestion that rates are going to continue to soften at some point, but hasn't materialized in the real world. From a Bitcoin standpoint, it held at 50%, still in a weak mode here, relatively speaking, but short-term buyers popping back in to support it right at that 50% level. Nothing strange there. ETH outperforming significantly to what Bitcoin has been doing, and that was just to get it back up to parity after it languished for so much. We look at our 50K chart. It was clean down day for the most part until the end of the day when the MBI Magenta took over the white by midday, and that created the low. And literally all we did was come back and fill all of the transition from the original move up at the start of the year. So fairly clean from that standpoint. From a 5-minute chart, looking at the other day, it was up, then weakness, and this is that back and forth that I was talking about that still gives good ranges, but at the end of the day, it doesn't produce a whole lot of difference from a print standpoint. And you can see here in the pre-market, slightly up. We've had a couple little revisits. So we had one positive extreme at the end right there, and that's what got filled back in here in the post-market. And all pretty clean action so far. Clean and simple. As always, though, we just continue to go with the readings. Have a great one. Trade well. We'll talk to you later.